it's me. And today we are watching My Story Animated. Let's watch.
Hey everyone, I'm Sophie from France.
Hi, Sophie from France.
I was born in a super rich family, and our mansion by the beach looked like a fairy tale castle. I used to play hide and seek in the garden maze with our maids, and my dad bought me a stunning white pony, which I—
Is that what it's like to be rich? Yeah, we lived on a huge mansion by the beach. Mommy and Daddy bought me a pony for my 5th birthday. Instead of toilet paper, we use $100 bills. Instead of checking the fridge for something to eat, Albert will make me a grilled cheese whenever I please. What a flex.
Princess, your smile lights up my world, and I will never let you down. He lied, big time. When I was in 4th grade, his company was accused of financial fraud. Dad managed to avoid being jailed, but we lost everything. My pony was sold, and we moved to an ordinary house in an average neighborhood.
So y'all went from a $10 million house to a $1 million house. Boo-hoo, life is so sad. At least Mommy and Daddy are still together.
After that, my parents argued every single day, and soon they got divorced. Dad left us and never looked back.
Oopsie, I spoke a little too soon.
Mom started a new life and started dating another man. I had no choice but to move on too, and I quickly made friends with kids in my new neighborhood. One of the kids, Tom, was a natural leader. He often told us what to do, playing an admiral, a king, or even my future husband. Sophie, when we grow up, you will marry me.
Some guy in my high school always told me that. He's like, I'm gonna marry you one day. Where you at? The boy is a cat.
But over time, his behavior started to get strange. Like once when he had to go visit his grandma for a week, he told me not to play with anyone else while he was gone. We were also in the same class at school, and I loved making friends and joking around with everyone, but it seemed to bother Tom a lot. Sophie, stop being so friendly with everyone. It's annoying.
Bro's like 10 years old and a master manipulator. That's not how it is for these kids. It's not like when I grow up, I'm gonna marry you. If a 10-year-old boy likes you, they're gonna shove you in the playground where you're not looking and start laughing at you. And when you're all dressed up looking cute, they're gonna tell you look hideous because they don't know how to show their feelings. So if they like you, they're gonna be mean to you.
In middle school, a cute boy sent me a card on Valentine's Day saying, "You brighten my day." The next day, when I tried giving him a chocolate, he ran away terrified, like he'd seen a ghost. Of course, Tom was behind this. I was getting sick of him and even tried creating distance between us, but he didn't take the hint.
Girl, you in middle school. Why you want a boyfriend so bad?
If I didn't walk with him to school, he just followed me. He'd turn up at my house whenever he pleased, and if I didn't talk to him, he'd just sit in my room for hours watching me. Once in high school, I decided to sneak out to a party late at night, but I was more worried about keeping it a secret from Tom than my own mother. Thankfully, I didn't encounter him on the way, and I was ready to have fun. But every single boy I asked to dance with me turned me down. Can someone please explain what's going on? I'm pretty and cool, and yeah, pretty. Why don't you boys want to dance with me? Because your boyfriend isn't gonna like it. I followed his sideway glance to see freaking Tom watching me from a corner.
Yeah, what a creep. You just sit in the corner plotting like, you know what? I'm gonna make you my girlfriend without even telling you that you're my girlfriend. It doesn't work that way. You can't just tell everybody like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. We're dating. So they won't talk to her.
Tom, are you stalking me? And stop telling people you're my boyfriend. I'm your fiance. You accepted my proposal, remember? We were 9 years old. Listen, we are not dating or engaged, and I don't need your protection. You need to back off. I'm warning you.
You remember when you were a little child?
And you said you'd marry me?
Bro's a creep.
So the next day, I asked the strongest guy in school to date me. It started out well, but on the 3rd day, my boyfriend disappeared. He broke up with me on the phone and didn't come to school. And soon, I heard he'd left the city.
Girl, what happened? That was on you. Let's rewind. Let me read them text messages. I think we need to break up. You will never believe or understand how much I think you are a good person and deserve so much better than I've ever been able to give you. What's going on? What does she do? He gonna move all the way to the other side of the country and be like, finally, some peace and quiet. You annoyed him so much he joined the witness protection program.
Listen, Tom, you're my friend, and I think you really need therapy. You seem to be obsessed with me. Does being in love seem like madness to you? It's not love, it's an obsession. Fortunately, Mom offered a temporary escape. Sophie, we've been invited to vacation anytime at this beautiful villa owned by the son of an old friend. How about we go away now? It could be a nice break. I was only too happy to accept. The owner of the villa, Pierre, seemed to be only 5 to 6 years older than me. He'd inherited his father's business and was already a millionaire.
I hate how do they call it a villa? Whenever people say villa, I think like a little hut on the beach. Nah, rich people be like, you can stay at our villa anytime. And it's like a 3-story, 6-bedroom, 8-bath mansion. Got 2 pools. Does it make y'all sound humble? It's not hard to become a millionaire when your dad literally gives you millions. Like, yeah, like if somebody gave me a pack of Sour Patch Kids, I would have a pack of Sour Patch Kids. Simple math.
Pierre was a really charming gentleman. We spent the whole day together enjoying his amazing place. He revealed to me that a year ago, he'd been in a terrible accident that had caused him amnesia. I zoned out as the wheels in my brain started turning. Amnesia? Yes, this could be the perfect solution for getting rid of Tom. Maybe faking amnesia was a bad idea, but it was the only shot I had at getting my life back.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Show up to school the next day like, oh, I hit my head. I don't know who any of you people are. Like, yeah, like you're my wife. We've been married since you were 9 years old. Well, I don't remember you. Baby, what's to remember? Like, you know, he could actually use that to his advantage. If you actually had amnesia, how do you know we weren't married? Like, baby girl, use your brain.
Looking for an opportunity to fall and act like I had amnesia. And it presented itself when Tom suggested that we go horse riding. I chose the wildest horse named Terror. I knew we'd be heading back soon, and I had to execute my plan now. I was trying to force Terror to rear up, but this horse was just not listening to me. Just then, the horse reared up, and I let go of the reins and fell to the ground. The world spun around me. The last thing I saw was Pierre's worried face before I blacked out.
Funny how that works.
I found myself lying in a
I feel
hospital
like you'd
bed.
have a little more than amnesia.
I don't
You
know.
fell off a
What
horse.
happened? Where am I? So I pretended that I didn't remember life after I was 6. I didn't remember getting poor, or Dad leaving us, or any of my childhood friends, including Tom. My fall was an accident, but Pierre blamed himself for letting me ride that unruly horse. He begged us to stay at his villa so I could recover in peace, and Mom and I were pretty thrilled at the idea. Pierre was dedicated to helping me recover my memory, and did all sorts of mental exercises with me, and he pampered me a lot. He had his cooks make my favorite meals, took me to his private cinema often, and bought me anything I wanted at the mall.
Is that what it's like to have a billionaire boyfriend? An unemployed billionaire boyfriend. Did she lose her memory or not? Does she have school or what? Like, you've been chilling in this billionaire's mansion the past month. Why would you leave?
Pierre was the complete opposite of Tom. He was kind and gentle, and being around him, I felt safe.
He was rich and handsome. Girl, be for real.
A few weeks later, the doctor said I seemed well, but my memory would take time to return.
He got the receipts from her brain. Like, look at this. Girl, this is your brain. Why are you still lying?
I'd already missed a lot of school, so Mom and I decided to go back. And when we got home, Tom appeared at our door in 5 minutes. Where have you been? Why did you leave without saying a word?
Where has my wife been? Bro's been fighting demons while she was away.
Are you sure you're at the right house? Who are you? Huh? What is this dumb game, Sophie? Mom told him everything about my amnesia, and Tom was shocked. Then he got angry and refused to believe Mom, but she firmly told him not to stress me out and leave our house. Tom followed me around watching me, but he didn't say a word.
He's waiting for her to slip up.
That afternoon, as I headed out of school, he confronted me. Enough of this nonsense, Sophie. I'm not buying your stupid act. Look, I'm sorry if you were someone important to me, but I really don't remember you. I'm sorry. How could you forget me? I've loved you since we were 9. I've been by your side every day since. How could all that just disappear? No, I refuse to accept that. I'll remind you of every memory till it comes back to you. He grabbed me by the arms and I started to panic. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Help! Someone please help me.
All the bros gonna back him up. That's your husband. Y'all been married. He got all the guys in the school working for him. Sneaky, sneaky.
The whole scene called the police, and the police ordered a restraining order against Tom. My plan had worked.
They really took him away for that. What did he do? He just grabbed her arm. I mean, he'd been stalking her for years. Probably did deserve to get locked up.
After that, Tom kept his distance, but I could still feel his eyes on me from the shadows. A few weeks passed, and I was already missing Pierre a lot. I texted him several times, but he didn't answer. Maybe he was just really busy.
Maybe he also got amnesia. But for realsies this time. Nah, he just moved on to the next girl who visited his villa.
I was looking for something to occupy myself and decided to sign up as a volunteer with some friends at the Nice Carnival, a major music event raising funds for charity.
Before we start the performances, I'd like everyone to welcome up our generous sponsor who's made this event possible and donated $10 million to our purpose. Give him a great round of
Is it the
applause.
guy?
Mr. Pierre with his lovely fiancée Beth.
His fiance. Is it because she got amnesia? Girl, you missed your chance with a billionaire with a B. All because you faked amnesia. Don't you feel stupid? Also, who donates $10 million to a carnival? Not a very good cause.
Came to my toes when I saw Pierre step on stage with a beautiful brunette on his arm. As he spoke a few words, I couldn't stop staring at them. Not even a girlfriend, a fiance.
Why he kind of look like clean Shaggy from Scooby-Doo? That look he give you before he zoinks.
Hurt to realize how deeply I was in love with Pierre. I quickly turned away and started to run. When I was far enough, I sat on some porch and just cried. Sophie, can I sit near you? Yes, Tom. That guy on stage, I saw how you looked at him. You're in love with him, aren't you? Suddenly, I just broke down and told him everything. How I'd been scared of him and faked my amnesia. Tom, I never said you were crazy, but your behavior isn't okay, and you made me feel suffocated. I know I've been a little intense, but it's only because I care about you so much, Sophie.
A little intense? You sabotage every relationship she could have had. You stalk her? You think y'all are married? Yeah, you know what? I think I overstepped it just a little bit. All right,
I've
buddy.
loved you since the first time I met you. But caring about someone doesn't mean not respecting their boundaries, and you can't force someone to love you back. You can't hold on to an obsession for years and expect it to turn into a healthy relationship. I know you're right, but I don't know what to do, Soph. I can't help how I feel. That's why I think therapy could help you, Tom. You really deserve to be happy, but it can't be at the expense of someone else's well-being. You need to learn to let go and move on. Tom promised that he'd try therapy, and I felt like someday we could be friends again. Pierre's calls and texts were endless, but I refused to answer them. But one day, a strange sound caught my attention. It was a helicopter landing in the fields behind our house, and Pierre came out of it. What are you doing here, Pierre? Fighting for the love of my life. That's you, in case it wasn't clear.
What do you mean? Bro, you stepped on stage with your fiance. Who is that, a paid actress? Maybe perhaps a figment of my imagination? You know, clearly you like brunettes. Go get yourself a brunette wife, stupid. Yeah, that'd be unacceptable. Like, what do you want to do? Now you're gonna leave her?
Those are strange words for a man with a fiance. Please, I just need a few minutes to explain. Pierre then told me that his dad had laid a condition on him to find a girl to marry before he could take over the family business. So Pierre had proposed to a girl he wasn't in love with just to please his father. But the pressure to settle on a date for marriage had been too much for him, and he'd escaped to his family villa for a break. That's when I met you, Sophie, and everything changed. I realized that I'd made a huge mistake. When you left, I went back and ended things with my ex-fiancé. Pierre, I don't know what to say. Say you'll forgive me, Sophie, and give me a chance to make it up to you.
I believe
Before
him.
that, I need to tell you something too, and you may not want to talk to me after this. I told him the plain truth about Tom and my fake amnesia. The worst part is that I knew you really suffered because of amnesia, and faking it was completely out of line. I'm so sorry, Pierre.
That would be so awkward, like just thinking back. Oh, this girl I spent months with is just pretending to not remember anything. Somebody's gonna fake amnesia, run. That's just Delulu.
Is that stalker still bothering you? No, I've dealt with it. He's going to get therapy, and wait, why are you laughing? I can't believe you put on an act for weeks. You should look into a career as an actress. We both burst out laughing like crazy.
Oh,
When we
it was a
finally
joke,
caught
okay.
our breath, he took my hand and kissed me.
Yeah, you might really want to think this through. Like, you date this girl, what else is she gonna fake? But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face. And make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click. And I just released some new merch. We got hoodies, shirts, tank tops at ogwolfpack.com. I'll link it below. And subscribe to the Wolfpack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.